The day drew to its close, and after nightfall, according to their custom, the crew of the ship sang the Salve Regina. The first part of the night was dark, and there was only a faint starlight into which the anxious eyes of the lookout men peered from the forecastles of the three ships. At 10 o'clock Columbus was walking on the poop of his vessel, when he suddenly saw a light right ahead. The light seemed to rise and fall as though it were a candle or a lantern held in someone's hand and waved up and down. The admiral called Pedro Gutierrez to him and asked him whether he saw anything, and he also saw the light. Then he sent for Rodrigo Sanchez and asked him if he saw the light, but he did not, perhaps because from where he was standing it was occulted. But the others were left in no doubt, for the light was seen once or twice more, and to the eyes of the anxious little group standing on the high stern deck of the Santa Maria it appeared unmistakably. The moon was in its third quarter, and did not rise until 11 o'clock. And as the hours in that night stole away and the moon rose slowly in the sky, the seamen on the Santa Maria must have almost held their breath, and at 2 a.m. on the morning of the 12th it was 39 degrees above the horizon. It would be shining brightly on the sandy shores of an island some miles ahead, being in its third quarter, and a little behind Rodrigo de Triana, when he sighted land at 2 a.m. At about 2 o'clock in the morning the sound of a gun was heard from the Pinta, who could be seen hoisting her flags, Rodrigo de Triana, the lookout on board of her, having reported land in sight, and there sure enough in the dim light lay the low shores of an island a few miles ahead of them. Immediately all sails were lowered, except a small trysail which enabled the ships to lie to and stand slowly off and on, waiting for the daylight. I suppose there was never a longer night than that, but dawn came at last, flooding the sky with lemon and saffron and scarlet and orange, until at last the pure gold of the sun glittered on the water. And when it rose it showed the sea-weary mariners an island lying in the blue sea ahead of them, the island of Guanahani, San Salvador, as it was christened by Columbus, or, to give it its modern name, Waddling's Island.